I don't really remember this poem, the Song of the Sannyasin, being quite as long as it's turning out to be. But each verse gives us a little bit more of what the ideal is of the Sannyasin, of the monk. That renunciation, which is more of an outgrowing than a forced walking away, is really highlighted at its root, not just of things, but of ideas and principles that are false, that don't help us out in life. Today, Swamiji says, "Say peace to all. From me no danger be to aught that lives. In those that dwell on high, in those that lowly creep, I am the self in all. All life, both here and there, do I renounce. All heavens and earths and hells, all hopes, all fears. Thus cut thy bonds, Sannyasin bold, say Om, Tat Sat Om." So that first part's really easy to understand, that through this identification with everything as being yourself, that love is a natural response. That to see in each other that divine spark that's the meaning of namaste. It's that honoring that divine spark within. If you want to look from a Christian perspective, that divine spark is the image of God from which all of us are created, in their terms. So it's that idea of recognizing that divinity inside, the highest potential in each other, and to assume that in each other all the time, and not to get caught up in the actual, egos and shortcomings that we all have as we try to manifest that pure love as our nature. So he says he doesn't leave anything out as far as that identity goes. The lowest creatures to the highest creatures, I see myself in everything. All life, both here and there, do I renounce. Now, why would he renounce life? Because life implies death, right? And we renounce any of those dualities because we're free, we're beyond all of it. That which is eternal, outside of time, that which is infinite, out time of space, that which doesn't have parts, outside of causation, that oneness which is love fulfilled. There's no imbalance, there's no need. So things don't move and change because the ideal is the reality in that state. It's a wonderful place that can only be described as a peace that passes all understanding, because all understanding has to do with relativity in the mind, relating this to that, balancing our likes and our dislikes, our attractions and our repulsions, finding that middle road in between. But Vivekananda here is saying, throw all of those ideas away and be in this moment purely as you are. This moment never changes, never goes, never comes. It simply always is. It has been, will be, your only experience ever. This moment. Be present fully in it. He says, I'm going to throw off all heavens, all earths, all hells, all conditional realities, all ideas of reward and punishment, all ideas of good and evil. Because without that small mind, without that small funnel of reality that we get through our senses, there is no need, there is no lack, there is no hunger, there is nothing to be achieved, because the highest is a beautiful state of being, a wonderful peace that really indeed goes beyond anything that we know. He says, thus cut thy bonds, Sannyasin bold, by thinking like this, by setting yourself free from all of your conditional happiness, from setting yourself free from all of your conditional depression. Put an end to all of your hungering and thirsting based on a need of the conditioned self, this body-mind. But who are you if you're not a body-mind? You can't walk away from these things. You can't understand this renunciation. We can't see it if we don't know that which embraces it, that self which is free from it all, that self which is implied in everything inside of us. All movement of our mind and of our body and of our life in general, all that movement implies a stillness from which all this movement is perceived. That's the place to find within. That's your refuge. That is our natural home.